We get situated, get things situated, get a little disturbance next door, so I gotta switch up a little bit. Welcome, everybody. I want to welcome every person, place, and thing in existence. Now rocking with one of the greatest creatures on the plane of this side of the ice walls. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, oh man. Look, people, let me just say this. I just love it how the phenomenal aspect and things of existence come into play. It's phenomenal to me. For example, exactly right when I'm ready to give this message, this speech, or this lecture, someone comes out with a weed whacker. Oh, can you imagine talking over the sound of a weed whacker? Oh my goodness. It's unbelievable. But here's the point. Do I get upset? Huh? Here's what it's all about. Why it's happening to you. Just don't think that these events and affairs is happening just because. It's precise, specific, and perhaps in even a a, a, a positioning, a position of to keep you total distorted. Check. Do not hesitate to think for not 1 minute that there's an element. Listen to me, and I want you to listen to me well. You see, just because I don't speak in the dialogue of the religious people, don't mean that what I say doesn't have relevancy to it. Me fool, stop being a monkey, Nate. That's dumb. Everything, it's no such thing as something crazy. Everything that plays its role in existence have significance. Me idiot. What's today's date? What you think is a date up there just because you chose to have 2 5s? Being that manifested, broken down to the element of being the Almighty, the Supreme. Yeah. Add 5 and 2 together. What you get in the supreme mathematics. People who talk dark and light to me at the same time. Let's get it. You rocking with one of the greatest creatures that's ever evolving up inside the ice walls. Here on this plane, what I like, but some call it Turtle Island. Yes. Right now, I can imagine no better place to be than on the back of a turtle. I don't know about you. But you know why? Why? Think about it. Huh? A turtle moves slow. And right now, you people, including me, need to be in what? Slow motion. People, My existence need to be in slow motion. Which side, Nate? Because Ralph Smart says to a certain side. The whole perimeter. It's just slow motion. If I asked you, what's your day's mathematics and science, what would you exclaim? What would you pronounce? Huh? Think big, people. Think big right now. Let's say that now today is Sunday in the wilderness of North America. And on Sundays, right now, I'm going to imagine 80%, probably even a little bit more, but it's not important. Just know that the creatures are moving its way inside of the box to get what? Downloaded with whatever you want to decide it to be. I don't know who's going to hear this. And so to everybody to be something different. Some people will stay out of the walls of a church or a synagogue and a mosque. I don't mind. Bobby Hemmett said Bobby Hemmett don't like to go in churches. I can. We all got different superpowers. I could go inside of a mosque. I could come in and bow down, make salat all day. You know what's going to do for me? Empower me. Because we built different. You need to understand that. None of you niggas on this planet are of the same. No, not one. All of you are here on your own accord, having your own supernatural experiences. Yeah, I know your mom and your pop didn't tell you that. They wasn't supposed to. You didn't read the Willie Lynch? Their job is to make sure you keep a pork chop on your plate and keep going to church and in school so you could get educated and programmed. They did the best what they thought that they could do at the time. We're living in a different day and time today. These children of today don't want to hear you go to church and read the Bible today. It's about being destructive of the dumb shit, people. You hear me? Not only are you the new deities and gods that has come around and evolved, but there is now not just super. You ever think about, let me say this. This is deep right here. See, I like to talk about the stuff that people don't think about. That's why they didn't like me around you in your schooling system. Because they said that little child right there, Nathaniel, questions everything. That's what they called me in school and in churches. They call me Nathaniel. You know, white folks. Oh, your name is Nathaniel. I like that name. That's a biblical name. Now I come to give you the biblical script. And you don't even like me no more. What's up with that? You fake. That's why I don't like you. It's not that I'm going to destroy you or beat you or harm you. No, that's your nature. You do things like that. You are up under the most intensive care of psychological study and evolution of any time ever before. There's never been a time, people, on the plane of this existence that's brung you the intel in which I'm exclaiming right now. And I got receipts to prove it and back it up. But we ain't come here for that. We come here to what? Since we have to what? Stay on the frequency of what? 3, 6, and 9. Why? Because it's about peace. And what is peace? Positive energy, always creating elevation. Some may say that it is of the Ma'at energy. Okay. Maybe you speak ancient Sanskrit and Sumerian language. And I studied that stuff before too. I don't remember it. But yeah, I've been told of it before I was sent to do what I'm here to do. And I don't fall short. So whatever the language or dialogue or creed in you that you come in, it's best yet that we understand that it's time for evolution. The I am, the self-created. This is the power of the 3, 6, and the 9. Right? Let's begin. Let's get on with this science of what Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks of. And let's, first of all, I wanted you to take what you're going to hear today and weigh it in on what you already know. This is what's important, because this is how you're going to be able to say, well, what am I going to keep and what am I going to disregard of when it comes to our intelligence? It's the same thing you do in your house on a Saturday, right? What you do when it's time for, let's say, the changing of a season called spring. You want to do some cleaning. Check. You call it spring cleaning. Let me ask you this. How many of you have ever took the summer cleaning of your mind? Or even winter, fall, any season at all? Have you cleaned your mind? Have you discarded that which is of no use and taken in that's what's going to be useful to you? At least for a periodic time of what? 12 months. Let's do 12 months since you like to be happy every 12 months. Right? You know, every 12 months, you niggas out here talk about Happy New Year. And that's about it. A couple minutes later, you're not happy no more. I didn't see cases where individual done just killed the person that they said Happy New Year to. How about that part? So you see why I don't like to be around you when it comes to Happy New Year's? Because you people don't play well. And I don't like the way you handle things. So we're going to have to clean our mind. See, a lot of people think that there's something wrong with brainwashing. I disregard. I disagree. They say, oh, Nate, you're an occultist. You talk that brainwashing stuff. Don't you wash your car? You don't drive around with a dirty car. You wash everything up. You even wash your ass. But you ain't gonna wash your brain from the filth and the garbage and the trash. Why? You ain't got the washcloth with the soap? I'm going to give you the washcloth and the soap. Let me see where you go from here after the day. All right? Hit that like button, people. We're going to read Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Facebook, YouTube, this is strictly being done for informational and entertaining purposes only. The only discrepancy I got with any other thing that you people put down to law is that you be warned of where I'm coming from and what I'm going to give you. Okay? That's it. That's my disclaimer. You take care of your mind, guard it, and evolve well. Because either way, when you freak with me, it's going to be a beautiful day and time. Listen, y'all. If I went to hell, and I've been there already, but you don't know that. But let's just think if I went to hell. Don't you know them niggas can't wait for me to get there? If I went to heaven, them niggas too, they can't wait for me to get there. Because I'm 360. I'm 720. You multiply that, and you'll be the infinite too, just as I am. If I could do it, so can you. If I could be the great I am that I am, so can you. Who's stopping you? Who is stopping you? Nate, forgive me for that, what I'm feeling right now. You know how hype you get. But these people just don't see like you do. I recommend and suggest that you talk to your higher self. You remember, you know how the Christians and all of them used to be like this? I see football players. Who y'all talking to? What you doing up there? Y'all ain't never actually questioned that? Like, why do they keep look? Hold on, it's too cloudy out. They got too many chemicals up there in the sky. I can't see right now. I humbly apologize. I was gonna let you know what the fuck is up there, y'all, with my telescope. You know me, I got to be actual factual about this thing. But I can tell you what's up there because I use the crystal ball. This is the material. I teach you the spiritual. You don't need to be an astronaut. All you need to do is go to your astrology and be astronomical. You see? As below, so above, of course. This is what it's about. But I want you to control from above. You looking good on below. Y'all look, trust me. You niggas will never do no better than what you're doing physically here on Earth. You'll just keep being repetitious of the same thing. Next generation, they're going to have another little beeper on your hip, but this time it's going to have a picture on it where you can see the person and you can actually, I mean, like, you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's nothing new. Just because we don't understand the mechanism and the mechanics of the most beautiful and perfect machine that's been ever created, which is self. Every person, object, and I'm reading on, that where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Let me say that again. As written by Dr. Joe Dispenza, it states where you place your attention. If you ain't, what that mean, Dr. Nate? If I'm in PlayStation all day, that's where all your energy is going to. Every person, object, thing, place, or even situation in our familiar physical reality has a neurological network assigned to it in our brain and in an emotional component connected to it because we've experienced all these things. There is not an experience in existence that you have not already been through. We're nothing but a continuous of repetitions of individuals having reincarnating experience as it's like having fun. It's just life. This is why it is imperative that you not take the events that takes place on this earth to heart. Why not take it to heart, Nate? Because it will become heavier than the feather. Oh, Nate, what if my son get locked up for life for drug racketeer, kidnapping, murder? Oh, well, ask him how much he need on the books. You think my life going to stop? I'm going to be walking around here with tears coming down my eyes and thinking that I have not done a great job in being a father, a mother. My daughter is pregnant at the age of 11. What, you ready to go out there and kill the guy and do life? It's not real. And the more you take it real, the more they're going to play on you because it's all about your destruction, downfall, and non-productivity. This what brings about hell. You need good order and directions. That's it. Nate, what is good order and directions? That's God. This is how energy becomes bonded to our past, present reality. Reading on. It says that this is how, again, our energy becomes bonded to our past, present reality. So everything that you've already done and been is nothing new to you. There's no such thing as ancestors. People, I'm telling you this here now, you need to understand and understand. The English language, see, is one of the biggest uh, useful sources that's used with inside the ice walls. It's mathematically coded. It's already set up. It's not no mistake. It's not no if ands. It's not no will it work? If it do work, will anybody come up out of it? You can come up out of it, but the moral of the story is it's one of the useful tools that's utilized to keep people in a state of docile and delusion. This is why your teacher gives you a spelling test. Nate, you failed this. That's when my mom walked in. You know, you got when your mom walk into class, because she already know I'm in there cutting up. And I see her, because I see everything in the class going on. And I've seen the glass before the window. They had the little windows in the door, the glass in my class when I was a kid. I see my mom coming.
Power off.
You gotta cut straighten up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was one of those bad little kids. You right. Somebody say, oh, he was one of them bad little children. Listen, one of them teachers, she choked me and she left she had long fingernails. Miss Foster. Peace be with her, wherever she is. This was back in the 1900s. And she was a teacher, so we don't know if she's still physically in that body here. Because remember, you have nothing but incarnations over and over and over and over and over again. I'll probably catch her as a little girl one day. I'm not sure. But that mathematics you do you got to figure it out. And it's not important, so don't waste your time on that bullshit. Just wish you well. Because you casting spells. You're magic. There ain't no witches greater than you. Ain't no warlock more masterful than me. If you are, you need to step up. Step your game up. Because the ones that you beheaded and burnt down huts and things of that nature and libraries, we never went nowhere. Don't you know? I don't want to keep jumping from story to story. Let me finish this, right? Because this is neat. You need to know. I've been battling this schooling system and the whole entire government since I came to Earth. They know that. You don't. Oh, that's what I dropped. I knew I dropped something. We looking for the gavel, right? So she left a mark on me. Here it is here. So, and she told me, now here's the moral story, how, and I'm going to stay on point here because you need not let the heart weigh in heavier than the feather, people. Else your incarnation it's definitely back to this type of experience. Which means all this information you're hearing about green acres on the other side of the ice wall and beautiful blue seas and shit under the ocean and worlds, guess what? Your ass ain't going to make it. The only way you might try to make it if you make like the W man and get your ass on a boat, plane or something and try to get through. And you see they having trouble. You can't go that way. You have to be incarnated to an avatar to fit in the paradigm of the scheme of things. Oh, we gonna cook today. It's Sunday. And the pastors and the preachers and the reverends of full time has prepared me for you. So you're gonna get it either one way or other. It's gonna come from me or it's gonna come from your children. Real talk. So you better listen to me now so that you could be better prepared. You know how we do it. You're going on a vacation. Make sure you pack a nice bag, baby. Did you get the lunch meats? So yeah, the story of the lady, this teacher, and let me explain to you people who think I'm a bad little kid. No, I'm not. I just came here to destroy to destroy, rebuild the foolishness in which we set ourselves to go to and through. How about that? What if I told you that we all formulated this type of arena? And I want you to look more at it like a 33 record. With the last song in the middle of the record, right? Before you hit the little hole, which is going to be our North Pole, that's going to be America. Okay? That's going to be Turner Island. Now, on your next song, when you lift the needle up and you go to the bigger line, that's the ice wall. So just skip over that. That's what I'm showing you, symbology and cosmology here. Shut up. So your next tune, your next song, check, you can't go to because you ain't mastered that first one. Sing it. Nope. You're off course. Some come back tomorrow, and you could go ahead and go to over there. You go with the next class. They said A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Yeah, they hooked you live. They got you hook, line, and song from the fucking beginning. Y'all don't even think it. And you gonna talk about you ain't, man, get your ass out of here. You don't know enough. You got a high school diploma. Most of y'all went to college. I know you did. You got it all on Facebook. Look, Mom, I'm an idiot. I'm a full-grown idiot. Now, don't get me wrong. No disrespect to anybody who graduated and took in this course. I know you all meant well. You didn't know no better. And you know I love you all, whether you whether you graduated from high school or not. That's why I'm 360. I fucks with the devil. If he don't want to fuck with me no more throughout the day, fuck you. God, you want to play chess? I got chessboard right here. I got a lot of chess pieces, y'all. I never hesitate. I got a phone right here with different apps, man. Listen, y'all don't play no game. This thing got like 3 different apps of chess on here with prominent beings from across the fucking plane. These people on here are accountants, and I don't want to put their business all out there, but I ain't gonna say no names, but people who like to get that mind expanding. And it's set up the way that you ain't got to make a move right away. You could make a move now. Let me show you. We're gonna go to social chess. Okay? You go to social chess, and if you look clearly, and I'm only talking about this because this is what expands your mind and keep you refined. Right? I don't worry about it. Let me get y'all back on course where we was at. I got it all set up. I'm a little junkie in the mind with it. You know how I am. I like to give you a whole bunch of everything all at one time and let you sit back. It's like Christmas. You ever remember on Christmas, you get a whole bunch of goddamn gifts and you so happy. You don't know. My sisters used to, they were so happy. She used to just open one at a time and go upstairs and lay down. I mean, like, yo, you know, I open up her gifts. If mom wasn't around, I leave her shit alone. Because it was exciting. It was like every time she opened something up, it was like, oh. But chess, right? What you do, get you hooked up on some chess. Don't do checkers. That's little weight. That's not heavy weight. Checkers is corny, stupid. It's not corny and stupid. Don't say that, Nate. You're talking like the humans. However, it's like this. Oh, and I gotta go too. So let me get on with the reading too, because that's important that I get you this information. You want to race? You want to race me? I got a 1800 cc Bugatti. You got a little. I give you 1300 Honda. Which one would you rather ride do the race? It's 2 bikes sitting there. Let's put it like that. See, because people say, well, no, Nate, it's not what you do, is how you do it. I disagree. You're not going to be more powerful than me and you dip and dab it into somebody's religion, so-called religion. I used to be religious. I could be a very effective mind kidnapping and delusionizing pastor if I wanted to. And be rich. I would get ordained, have my little white joint all up for you. You know what I mean? They don't wear this. You can't wear that. You gotta wear what the Pope wear, the satanic shit. This is not satanic for those who don't know. What the Pope has on is satanic. The inverted upside down cross, that's satanic. Okay. So I could have easily got my little white John. Yes, my child. This is the blood of Christ. Drink from it. And it was me. This was me as an acolyte. You be at Catholic church, whoever been to Catholic church by sigil, give you a wave. You know what I mean? You gotta drink the wine. My shit was wine too. Don't get it twisted. So don't talk about, oh Nate, why you at school drunk? Ask the preacher that shit, nigga. What the fuck's wrong with you? He was Monday morning and asked me why I'm drunk at class. I'm a kid. I don't fucking know. So they switched it up to grape juice. Yeah, I was a mess in this society. Still am. That's what the judge said when I entered the penal system and started dealing with the criminal side of existence. They said, Nate, you ain't cooperating. That's why I ain't make it like Aaron Hall and all them. You know what I mean? They ain't like me if I got in the game. Because that's not why I was here. I mean, Aaron Jones. I say Aaron Hall. Aaron Jones. Beanie Siegel. Yeah. Yeah. We all from Philly. We from Philly. It ain't nothing but a Philly thing. Don't get it twisted. So yeah. No, I wore the black shirt. When they made y'all wear the white shirt, we wore the black shirt. West Oak Lane, Mount Airy, baby. We wore the black shirt. Why you say Mount Airy? Mount Airy, they sold out and wore the white shirt. Because you know Mount Airy boule ass niggas anyway. So you know them motherfuckers. So let me stop before they get upset at me. I still know a lot of motherfucking Mount Airy gangsters still to this day. So I don't know if they watch these streams or not. Anyway, we want to get back to the bullshit. Yeah, the chess though. I want to make a move. I want to show you how horribly I'm destroying these people's minds. And that's the way I feel. That's what I do. I don't have to get at you, you know. I just bring you up, get you set up on the chess set, send me your handle, get in the comment section, okay? I don't want to make the moves without doing some reflecting and meditating into this. I don't want to make it haste because these, like I said, these aren't amateurs, and a couple of these games got some wages on it. So we're gonna leave it alone. Just I wanted to show you that what I do in a day, you'll probably have to wait a couple life cycles to be able to do. And yes, that's still just in one outfit, one human so-called form. It ain't like my form is more spectacular than yours. I got the same body. In fact, mine is more messed up than most of y'all's. Where I excel spiritually, my physical is actually a little done. It's tore up. I was born with already a congenital scoliosis. So I'm a miracle to these doctors out here. But in many ways, not just the spirit, in the macro, even in the physical. That's amazing. I just thought about that. Even the doctors don't even know how I'm walking, y'all. My spine is supposed to be on that of a 48-degree curvature. Don't you know the doctor said if you was overweight, if you was obese, you wouldn't be able to walk? I said, yeah, it's logically perceptionable. It's probably why I don't indulge in gluttony and eating. Yeah. As y'all see, I'm very fit, probably a 2% body fat. Capable of being with the agility of even a 9-year-old. Those are my gifts. You got to figure yours out and manifest them. Don't get out here in a tip to bring about and do what I'm doing. No. Then I wouldn't be necessary. It'd be too many me's, right? Think about it. One of us wouldn't be necessary if we were all the same. Why do you think we created this third rim, the third plane, people? Again, I like to equate back to the record player, the 33 record. And it is expanding. So if your world, if God, if knowledge is infinite, that means your state and plane of existing is. And guess what? We're going to need you all to occupy the space. But you got to show yourself worthy. You can't go over there where the people are blue and green, raping them women because you see titties and ass. How you think P. Diddy will do around the Avatar women? These joints. Huh. One of my favorite creatures. Look, you see, she looking. Huh? She got big breasts all out, healthy joints, nipples all hard and big. Look, and you just see little spurts of liquids of survival, a necessary substance for you to leaking out, and you looking at her like this.
Bluetooth connected.
And it's gotten so out of control. Our women today would like a man to be in this condition. Because to them, they see humbleness and humility and control. And because we are so off course with the way we're supposed to be living, we think that's normal. Oh, I want a man like that. It looks like he's going to bring home all the money. Nah. It ain't no money to bring home. What I will bring home is the ability for us to sustain and have a peaceful state of existence. That's different. I'm not surviving. I don't work check to check. Reading on. Because we got to get this done. How much time I'm working with? Again, this is how our energy becomes bonded to our past, present reality. Therefore, as you place your attention on all these elements, see, your energy is flowing away from you and it leaves a little energy in your inner world of thoughts and feelings to create something new in your life. There's not a thought that you will ever think that will escape your state of existence, whether it be in the multidimensional realms that you have in your way in or times to come. This is your personal indentation print of your signature for your existence. So again, be careful what you view. Guard your gaze. If you needed to be guarded. Some of you, yes. For those who are advanced, you do what thou will. I don't have to guard my gaze. There's some arenas that I might have to go into. We mean guard my gaze. And I can't say, oh, you signed up for the assignment. Well, you gonna be a paramedic? Because you thought you was just gonna be on people pushing their heart? No. You might have to grab somebody's head because it just damn near been severed from a vehicle accident. What you gonna do? Go throw up? Ugh! What about a gunshot wound? They got gangsters out here, murderers, assassinators, come straight up blowing whole heads off. You a paramedic, you called to the scene. What you gonna do? Take off for the rest of the day? It's 9/11. Buildings coming down on top of niggas. Smoke everywhere. What you gonna do? Become a conspirator? Let's get back reading. Stop tripping, dude. It's Sunday. Now we need a little humor in our life. You know, they get too serious because we're living in serious days and times. So the great God, Nate the Great, got to laugh and be a little humorous because it what calms me down. You see? So if you look at reading on now, if you look at the magnifying portion of the figure where the two ovals intersect, which is your inner world, the thoughts and your feelings, these represents how we use different elements in our outer world to reaffirm our emotional addiction. You may use your friends to reaffirm your addiction to suffering. You may use your enemies to reaffirm your addiction to hatred. If it begs the question, how much of your inner creative energy could you be using to design a new destiny? Huh? So since where you place your attention is where you place your energy, when you wake up in the morning and immediately start putting your attention and energy on all the people you have to see that day, the places you have to go, the objects that you own, and the things you have to do in the three-dimensional world. Because remember, you experience all dimensions all at the same time. Because he says, when you wake up in the morning, what is waking up in the morning? Huh? If you are in my monastery, you should very well know what waking up in the morning means. Let's break it down. Let's look at it. For those who don't know, who is watching from abroad, we're going to start backwards. It will be our rightwards, but you're backwards. So let's take the word morning. Check. I don't mourn. Unapologetically, do I apologize? I don't mourn for anything. I am not mourning. There's no loss. There's not anything that I've lost. For all things are mine, always have been, and always will be that I have. Some people say, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. You lost your this, you lost your that. They don't understand. This is how you know that you're dealing with a certain mentality. But don't judge that throughout the day. You lead on. You heard what I say, lead on. God knows the sound, the tongue of another God and goddesses. We recognize. You'll be able to feel God and goddesses before they even can speak a word. You trust in me. This is what I'm experiencing while I'm here in your world. While they telling you that you need to be I don't know if I should say that. Juiced up. I'm exclaiming that no, let me stay far away from it because there's something miraculous that's occurring. And I've taken the sacrifice. I've made the sacrifice and taken the initiative to travel the path. I'm telling you, giving you return, sent back results. We well over how many years with it? You are now due and deserve an explanation. Not just from dumb people, Dr. Butter, Phil Valentine, and the like, Dr. Sebi. Because remember in the beginning, we all had differences of opinions. Check. Those who see, let them see. So as Dr. Joe Dispenza exclaimed, that your energy on all the people, wait, where are we? Let's go back. Since where you place your energy is where you place since where you place your attention is where you place your energy. I'm sorry. When you wake up in the morning, that's where we were, waking up. Wake up from what? What was you sleep? And sleep is the cousin of what? So we don't sleep. What is happening? What is taking place? No disrespect, no beating down and tearing down, or about Mr. Dispenser's information. I only speak on it when making reference to what he has written for simple uh, evolution and revisement. Okay? And as we know, everything has to be revised. There has to be one day, whether it be his children, somebody, him himself, or a further person. It says it in the first. How many times this already been revised? I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure, but I think this might be the first copy. So, right. There is no revision of this. But guess what? Here's what's striking. First edition, 2017. Okay, so this is the hardcover first edition. All right, so there were other editions. Yeah, the copyright is 2017. Let me see something. How many revisions have there been made of Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza? But one thing that we know for certain that definitely has been revised is your good book right here, right? They even within the 1900s come up with many different other transliterations. They went beyond revising the Bible. They done got swift with this shit. Why? Because you were beginning to talk about what I'm talking about. Your eyes were beginning to open to what I'm talking about. And I've been talking about it since the early 60s. But we were juiced up then. There have been no revision to Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Okay? This book was first published in 2012 and has not been revised since. Oh, Dr. Joe, I'm going to have to get you now. Okay, let it be for the record. Nathaniel Nate the Great, God Almighty, has come to revive. And that's pretty much like Jesus said. He was going to come like a thief in the night. Which means you're not going to know when Jesus is here. You're not going to get no alert. You're not going to get a wake-up call, a cell phone call or anything. You have been having your many different planes of traveling when you was laying in that bed. And it was only until you decided to return back to that avatar, because on the third plane, you knew you had to get up and go to what? Work. So that will be your wake up in the morning. But because on this plane, there you are having it perfectly in your, like you was at Burger King, your way, it wouldn't be morning. It will be a grand rising. You see? Or a begin of a new day. Start. So, as you have your travels, where you place your attention is where your energy goes. It don't mean just only you looking at Walmart all day and all of a sudden you're going to end up in Walmart. Your attention also could be placed to that of stupidity. And therefore, where your attention goes, your energy will follow. So therefore, you will vibrate on a gray type of hill. Okay? When acknowledged by the gods. See, we all vibrate. We have, okay? But you vibrate to a different frequency. Check? So, in revising, well, first we want to definitely read this. All due much respect to Joe. Okay? Appreciate the book that you see. I got mine. And it ain't no paperback. Okay? And I like it so. I even took the liberty of preserving it with art. What is this? Boxing tape. You know what I mean? Throw that tape all up on it. You know how you used to do in school? The teacher used to make you put a paper bag over it. Well, we ain't gonna put the paper bag over, but we definitely want to preserve it. It's vital information, and it's going to be a continuance of revision with the ideology of what's been presented just by this man right here. So give Dr. Joe Dispenza his props. Send the energy out to Joe Dispenza. All right? Y'all call it shouting out. Call it what you want. Do what you want. Just think well and wish well of and for him. You want to see a picture of him? Those who are unfamiliar. Now, don't be startled or alarmed, people. Somebody say, oh, that's a white man. But, hey, proper information can come from anything as long as so submits its will. You see? Some of you people that's non-white are disgusting. Shout out to Desiree Sakua. Peace, love, and light and prosperity to you, Desiree. Some of you people, you will disrespect to that of your own people. Yeah. Whether it be Czechoslovakian, Norwegian, Russian, Black, Puerto Rican, whatever. You know you can't get along with somebody in your own race. You know why? Because that's not. You ever wonder that? You ever see that? There's people out here that hate a whole race of people just because don't even know them. And I guarantee you, when they out there in the world and they have to have their involvement with that one race of people they're doing, they always in that perfect harmonization in relationship. You ever notice that? That's probably be the best that they have all day with the motherfucker that they talking about that they hate. Then it's like, oh, well, all white people ain't bad. It's some good white people. No! Stop thinking and talking stupid. It's dumb. There's no such thing. You all are all niggas that's incarnated to the avatar that you in by choice. And I bet you, I know I ain't gonna bet you, but I'm telling you that it's not one time nor other and time to come when you will not be each other. In other words, how many of you people out here that heard somebody said, or even see with your own eyes, she knows she black, but all she hang around is Puerto Ricans. He know he white. He talking about I'm the homeboy. That nigga is coming back black next incarnation. You can guarantee that. That shit is already written. I can see it, y'all. Trust me. When he leave that body, he's going to have a black ass nigga here rapping. Yeah, that white boy. And you people who like the long fur, you black as shit with blonde hair, you already know you're going to be on the porno page. You bring that ass back to Hollywood if you want. White women, they good for the what? You already know. That's they lane. I don't care what Brazilian. No, you're not topping white women with it. That's their shit. So a lot of these people, without realizing, but unbeknowing, are creating their future avatars and states of existence. I'll give you one better. You go visit people at an old folks' home. I'm talking about 89, 90, 92. You know, I'm talking about 100, 101. And they ain't really moving. Wheelchair stricken, sitting in front of a window. And you don't visit them nothing but one time a month. So they don't get to really see nobody. What do you think is going on in their mind? Huh? I'm gonna tell you what's going on. They're preparing for their next incarnation. Why do you think when your old ugly ass show up when you decide you can get there, they don't want to see you. They want to see your grandchildren. They want to see your children. They want to see their grandchildren. Oh, where's Sarah at? Where's my Sue at? Where's Patois at? Where's Mama Duke? Like, they coming, Mom. You know why they looking for them? Because they see in them their next incarnationing. And they want to decide. They've decided that individual, what you call child, is where they had their next incarnation in. You see? So just as when you came in as a baby and you loved your favorite uncle and aunt, and you said, what? I want to be just like her when I grow up. It flips. What goes up must come down. What's swung to the left must be swung to the right. As you got your ass wiped and you started wiping ass, so again shall your ass get wiped. If some of you make it that long. And get all tore up like that. I ain't gonna need you to wipe my ass. And that's because I'm keeping a certain type of living style, etiquettes and ethics. People who's 90 years old can't wipe their own ass. And I'm not thinking it's go for everybody. Again, some people were born deformed and make it to that age. They never could have wiped their ass whether they were 60, 32. We give them a pass. But I'm talking about you wiped your ass for 90 years. Now all of a sudden you want me to come over and wash you up, cook, clean the bathroom, wipe your ass? When you gonna die, nigga? That's how some of them be thinking. I can't wait. They in the kitchen washing their dishes. I can't wait till this nigga die. Damn. But he's laying there in his mind talking about, I ain't gonna come back here like that fool. They both cursing each other. You see the repetitious fucked up cycles that we get to incarnate in because it's all about the way you think, and you thinking you getting away with it, don't you? Didn't they teach you when you was in the stupid school that God sees and hears everything and that it doesn't get it? It's just that it's got to be put in the proper perspective. See, you didn't believe it because why? It didn't make sense. They didn't show you and explain it to you right how it is. So they didn't lie. They just didn't tell you how it was so. It's just like they told you don't stick your finger in the socket. I ended up sticking something in the socket. I didn't know why. You have to think. If I tell you don't do something, I need to show you the exact result of why what will occur if it was to happen. That's only right, y'all. You know why? It leads the individual to later down the line. This is why they shoot you the cartoon Curious George. See, all this is a psychological programming to manipulate and master and control your thinking. Make me do right. Make me do wrong. I'm your puppet. I'm going to give you a pair of scissors. And what I need you to do is snip those strings, people. It's 6 of them. 3 on one side and 3 on the other. That's all it took. That's why you see in the Jesus pictures 4 sets of 3 people. Because 3 is the magic number. What does it all mean? Nikola Tesla said, if you understand the powers in the numbers of 3, 6, and 9, you'll crack the code to the whole goddamn universe, y'all. You are the thing that is versing. That's to apply the mathematical code of 3, 6, and 9. Stop putting your mind out there somewhere looking around with telescopes and trying to figure out is the stars 3,000 miles away from the 9th galaxy and it has 6,000 billion particles and you're listening too much to NASA. Leave Billy, Neil, and Kukarachi alone. No, Michi Kaku. but the way he talk is crazy to me. So that shit is Kukarachi to me. And I get it mixed up. Is it Michi Kaku, Kuku, Kachi, Michi, Kukarachi? I don't know. Somebody look it up. I'm just saying. You allow me to say something too. If you could talk the dumb shit, why can't I talk the smart shit? That's not fair. That's not fair. We're going to fight about that. That's what's going to cause a fight. I'm not going to sit around all fucking day listening to this dumbass shit. Like, excuse me, hold up, y'all. Let me say something. Damn. All right, y'all. It's been 9 hours. Damn. How much P. Diddy y'all want to talk about? Fuck that P. Diddy shit. I don't care nothing about P. Diddy. Was those 6 women that went out of space really astronauts? Now they don't want to talk. Is it not that we call an object in the sky airplane because it's over a flat plane of existence in the air? Now they don't want to talk. No, Nate, that's not why it's called an airplane. You have the nerve somebody to say that. I've actually, listen, I was in a lecture, a cipher, a bill with some people, right? and we disclaiming whether we was dialoguing whether the earth was flat or round. And real quick, I brought up the object in the sky in which they travel in. Could it be possible that it's called a plane, an airplane, because you're moving in the air over a flat plane of surface? He said no. So if anybody could get in the comment section and help me out as to why you call your object in the air that you travel in a plane if you're not moving over a flat plane, I would think it would be an air globe or air ball. Air ball! Air ball! Maybe that's where they got it from. You niggas is spinning at 1,000 miles per second on a fucking air ball. No wonder you crazy. That explains everything. Admiral Bird. Oh my goodness. Airball. Yeah, Jordan hit the fade. Scottie Pippen hit that fadeaway. Airball. That's what we're gonna tell. Somebody tell Trump we on the airball. He ain't gonna believe that shit. He gonna laugh at y'all. You know, because Donald Trump is a flat earther too. Check. Let's keep it real. He a part of the highest order to fucking on the earth. You know they got all the information. They got all the old shit. If not, they have access to it. Who you kidding? I know better than you. And you the one got the high school diploma. That's a fucking waste of piece of paper, bro. That's a excuse me, I can't say that. There's people who put a lot of energy into that. And where you place your attention is where you place your energy. You see? Consider for a moment that each of these people are things that you have. Wait a minute. Let's jump into I want to get into the brain waves. Beta, alpha, theta, delta, and gamma. Let's go through it again. Write it down, people. Beta, B-E-T-A. Alpha, A-L-P-H-A. Theta, T-H-E-T-A. Delta, D-E-L-T-A. And gamma, G-A-M-M-A. Which will be the most busiest signal of activity. That's when you're in gamma. Delta is going to be a little more calmer waves. And I'll show you a little description because this is how you give your signal. This is how I'm able to reach out to you. This is how I'm able to connect to you telepathically. Okay? Much like if you was on a bed in a hospital and they hook that device up to you that goes www, World Wide Web, same thing. As below, so above. You just never put the two together until I come along and show you. I'm telling you, everything is everything. Your life ain't no mistake. There's no such thing as a coincidence, a mishap. You keep thinking it is if you want, and you will have never have control in and over your own life. Are we clear? So that's your comparison of your different brain waves. One of the biggest challenges people have when they meditate is switching out of a high range and even mid range beta and slipping into the alpha and then theta brain waves frequency. It's absolutely vital to do so, though, because when they slow down their brain waves to these other frequencies, they are no longer paying attention to the outer world and all the distraction they're so used to thinking about when they're under stress. And since they're not analyzing and strategizing, trying to prepare for the worst case scenario in their future based on their fearful memories of the past, they have the opportunity to become present, to exist only in the now. Wouldn't it be wonderful during a meditation to disconnect your association to all the elements in your outer environment, to get beyond your body, your fears, and your schedule and forget about your familiar past and predictable future? How many of you have ever taken the time to do that? Some of you people don't even think it's possible to even think for a minute. Nate, what do you mean I gotta not think about my past? My future. No, I'm too busy right now, Nate. I ain't got time for all that. We're at that rate. Can I just exclaim? You ain't got to change, but just be considerate of yourself. If you love yourself, know that you're harming yourself with that type of activity. When you tell yourself you ain't got time for yourself, that's what yourself going to start doing. And just like a female or a male in a relationship, you tell me you ain't got time to me, oh, that changed the whole goddamn the dynamics of the relationship. I ain't got to get upset. I ain't got to, I'm out. I'm leaving you. Oh, but you definitely better know that. You see that gamma? That ain't going to be about you no more. She gonna be like, damn. She, yeah, you didn't just put out all the fire that I had for you. It was once upon a time I could smell something that smelled like you, and my heart start racing. Now I can't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes you have to be careful of how you're living and handling your fears with people, because remember, we're spiritual. I know you say that a lot, but you don't do spiritual things. I like your idea, and it sounds good for you to say it, but you're not manifesting. That's the only problem. You see? Oh, I'm not religious. I'm a spiritual person. I don't see no spiritual word, people. So let's say you're sitting in your meditation, right? But better yet, there does take some effort, although it will get easier with practice because you're living by the hormones of stress most of the time. So let's look at what happens when you aren't in the present moment during meditation. So you'll know how to handle that when it arises. Understanding, and overstanding this skill is important, because if you can't get beyond your stresses, your problems, and your pain, you can't create a new future where those things don't exist. What did we talk about earlier in the conversation? About moving out of different paradigms and realms and states of existence, having your incarnations. Huh? You think they're going to allow you to come to the world? They got guardians, man. I was just watching on YouTube the other day. What was it called? I recommend you watch this. Let me pull it up real quick. Guardians of the Ice Wall. Watch that, John, y'all. Hold up. Let me make sure that's the correct title. All right, yeah. The Ice Wall Guardians, are they already among us? Okay? On YouTube. It's called, write it down. The Ice Wall Guardians, are they already among us? So what Nate the Great is exclaiming to the world is that stop trying to sneak your ass in there like you Mexican getting into America. They're not letting you in there. Yo, it's the, oh man, come on, y'all. You can't just think the Mexicans is the only way that's trying to sneak in the shit. If there's Mexicans, don't you know there's a quadrillion other creatures sneaking into somebody's state of existence? It's only my dumb mind that can't see other way. It's just not the Mexican. This is a habitual, creational state of functioning. And you think it's wrong. You want to put, like, let's say you got rodents around your house. You want to put little poison balls all around the house so when they eat it, they go die up in your wall. Dumb. Them guardians ain't gonna let you come in on no goddamn boat, no plane. You ain't coming on no special flying ship. You definitely ain't coming on deep sea water objects. You tried that shit and you see what happened. That shit imploded. They told you there was a little aluminum can. They lied to you. That whole story, they was covering you up. You know what I'm talking about when the people allegedly went down there in a non-prepared device. What is that? What do you call that? Dang, what's the word I'm looking for? Passive rap. Dang. It's a device. Just put it like that. Yeah, you know? Now, you can't get in. The only way you can get in there, because here's the thing. Even if you did physically get in, you're going to self-destruct. You will have to mutate, and over a period of time, that's what they're doing. Look at the adaptation of creatures, of how when it got cold for the black people, now they seen there's videos of it. I've seen it. Black people up there in the Atlantis in the ice water, and they wondering how these people was able to do that. And y'all teaching over here that the black man can't survive in the cold. You must have watched this video right here. Blacks living in the ice walls of the Atlantic, Antarctic.
Blacks living in the ice walls of the Atlantic Antarctic.
It's even, you better not even come up with no shit like that, much less talking about it. They got plenty of information about it. Well, I ain't mean to go this deep with it, but hold Oh shit. All right, so blacks in the Antarctic waters.
Blacks in the Antarctic waters.
Antarctic insight. Black explorers. Antarctic and more. Let's see. It's interesting. See a lot of interesting stuff. All right. I can't quite find what I was looking for. I don't know what it would be on there. Oh man. Can't quite figure out what it would be under. So without wasting too much time on this, we're gonna finish up reading. All right. So still reading out of Becoming Supernatural. I want to get to some juicy parts. Okay. Let's see. Let's say this on a note of taking your energy back and your power and being in control. As you take your attention off your past, present reality or your predictable future reality, you are calling your energy back to you and building your own electromagnetic field. All right. So, this is the reason why you do this in meditation, because we want to build our neuroelectric magnetic field. And if anybody doesn't know what Nate the Great is talking about, I'm going to show you. Does the human body have an electric magnetic field? Yes, the human body generates an electric magnetic field. Look it up. People, by way of knowing this now, this is what's going to empower you. And I want you to accept this. I want you to notice, not Notice. No, Know this. Know this, discover it, and manifest it. Start working some magic throughout the day. Acknowledge it. When you do, go ahead and go through your aha moment. Oh shit, Nate was right, this, that, thing, and the other. But don't forget it. Wait for the next one. Eager it on. Become excited about it. It's the new you. You're not becoming satanic or evil. People, you're being allowed to become supernatural. Go on YouTube. Subscribe to Dr. Joe Dispenza's information. It's all on there. I'm not the only one who's going to show you how to start working your magic. We've made a pact, individuals, to meet here at this point, period, in time, wherever it may be, to do what it is that exactly is uncovering. Do not be afraid. Be eager to move on. Know that we live and we learn. Life is a continuity. You are right now in the youngest sphere of existence that's ever been created. Did you know that? That's why they call it heart, earth. You see? Not, not surprisingly, your attention eventually begins to wander again. As you continue to sit in meditation, your body becomes more annoyed and impatient because it wants to do something. You have programmed yourself to be so active for so long. You don't understand how your body organs has, even your cells, its own thoughts. And for most of you, I'm going to have to reveal that we're being controlled by parasites, because what happens is when we don't stay in control and our ethics and etiquettes aren't conducive to our well-being, someone else will take over and control, and we wouldn't even know it. This is what's meant when you hear people say that they're possessed or something has taken over them. After all, you have programmed it every day to get up and follow the same routine. You see, he says that it wants to do something. It wants to quiet meditating, open its eyes and see someone. It wants to hear something on TV or talk to someone on the phone. How many people you know that never shut up off that phone or stop watching that TV or not? How many people you know like this? Huh? Always busy, 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 busy. Come in, cut the TV on, cut the radio on. Get in the car, cut the TV, cut the radio on. Never see them or hear them at a moment of silence in and of themselves. Why? Because they don't like themselves. They don't like what they've been programmed with, so they don't want to hear that talk. They rather watch P. Diddy information all day. It's stimulating. It takes them out of their self. It makes them feel good because this is what they're used to hearing and wanting to do, but they only got the balls to go and do it. So they rather watch it on TV. You ever see that? Motherfuckers ain't never been to jail, but all they watch is crime stuff. They fantasizing. That's their outlet. So, reading on, Dr. Joe writes that it prefers to taste breakfast instead of sitting there doing nothing. It would like to smell coffee brewing. Huh? That's me. I used to want to wake up every day. Sometimes I don't do it just because I got to stop and make sure that you ain't in control of what I'm doing or thinking. You have to do it today. You have to do a personal check just to make sure with all these devices. It's almost like listening to your parents when you was growing up and they was educating you. And they said, well, son, you got an angel on this shoulder and you got an angel on this shoulder. You got your ancestors who's passed away and you got your grandmom and them who passed away. You're going to have your friends who's passed away too. And then you're going to have the Lord. They're all going to be talking to you. How do you know who's who? Not only can I not decide who's who, when do I ever get to think for myself? How do I know my own thoughts or my own thoughts? If I'm sitting here thinking that I should get up and go fix me a salad, and another thought comes, no, Nate, you should get a hot dog. How do I know that's not Satan telling me to get the hot dog or my best friend who used to always like eating hot dogs? Should I be able to hear the different tone of their voice? Somebody help me out. How does this work? I want to give money How do I know that's not an ancestor, a relative who just passed away, or God Almighty, or my own good consciousness? All y'all niggas gonna have to shut up for a minute and let me figure this shit out. That's all. That's all I want you to do. Go in your room, tell everybody, shut the fuck up. I've got to see something for a minute. You're entitled to this. Stop letting the world disrespect you. You your own self person. You ain't got to be with us if you don't want to. You ain't got to go to school if you don't want to. You ain't got to go to religious services if you don't want to. You ain't got to work if you don't want to. I know people can't read a lick of English, a book, not a word. That's because they don't want to. It ain't because they can't. You let the medical field chalk it up. Oh, they, whatever beautiful fine word that you want to add to describe why an individual is not reading. No, it's not why they like dialect or some shit. No, they can. It's easy. You mean to tell me somebody who can't read can't say the letter the, say the word the, and then once I show you the word again the, you can't remember it? You remember this ice cream candy, dog? I bet if I pull out a 5, a 10, and a 20, I bet you they remember which one they want. But they can't remember a, the, bus, don't walk on red. But if I took you to the supermarket and take you down the aisle, you could pick out all the candy that you like every time. You playing with me, son. And you know what? Until you learn to read, you won't get no more candy. That same motherfucking principle that you apply to finding that candy, I want you to find to reading that goddamn one little sentence. Becoming the, I don't care if you, the becoming is something I do. Good enough. That's good enough, son. Come on, let's go get your candy. But I'm not going to let this nigga get away talking about he can't read. Who the fuck is you talking to? I did it. You did it. Hey, now everybody like this in the room. Mr. Hills, we don't want to talk no more, Mr. Hills. The class concluded for the day. Oh yeah, I know. Go ahead and get y'all nut asses out of here. You don't want to talk no more. Y'all want to build no more. Now, you know how I get. I start snapping down. Y'all want to have fun no more. I start bringing the reality and shit out of this motherfucking spectrum. Niggas gonna start getting mad. You want to leave now? No, come on the fuck back, man. Talking that shit. Nigga can't read. What you mean he can't read? I bet he can't eat either. Next you gonna say he can't put his shoes on? Oh, he can't walk. He can't cross the street. You niggas is putting too many limitations on the motherfucker. Stop that dumbass shit. Oh, he's bipolar. She bipolar. I'm bipolar too. I don't get no check. I'm more than bipolar. I'm coming from more spheres than what you can perceive. You ain't giving me no goddamn check. Shit. Go ahead with that dumb shit. This nigga he ain't gotta work because he bipolar. What are you, special? Hey, bipolar I talk to is intelligent than a mug. Make more sense than what y'all talking about. Maybe sometime we need to hear something from the other sphere or hemisphere or side of the brain. What do you think about that? Everybody right-handed. Writing from left to right. No. Why ain't nobody left-handed writing from right to left? And if I did that like they did my grandmother, you gonna beat her? Because she using the right side of her brain? Oh, we're going to learn today. We're going to learn today. The ancestors told me to teach you. They mad. They got to come through somebody that's willing to do the job. Your bitch ass on. You just want to eat ice cream and pizza all day. And fight me. Cuss me out. And disrespect me. Because I'm black. No, I'm not black to the government standards and status. But I'm black like this. It's a power. Don't let them fool you. Nor should you let them school you. Why? Yes, as Bob Marley said, they only going to rule you. Unless you take back your energy. So when you learn to overcome yourself or the memory of yourself in your life, you break the bonds you have with everything, every person, every place, and every time that's keeping you connected to your past, present reality. And when you finally overcome your anger or your frustrations, as I read on in the book of Becoming Supernatural, you will liberate energy that was trapped in the past. Huh? You call that energy back to you. This is why it's important to do mirror work. This is what I say, or I call doing shadow work, and that entails opening up that closet that you got all those skeletons in, and you sit down in a cipher. Those who don't know what a cipher is, that's a circle. Yeah, as if you was a witch or something. Okay, don't get scared. You can put candles in the middle if you want. Turn the lights down. That's all good shit. It will scare the hell out you. And that's what we need. I need you to get rid of all that hellish thinking and teachings that you got and intake the heavenly thoughts. Again, we need our brainwashed and we need the hell scared out of us. Because yes, you are shit. If you wasn't shit, there would be no need for the woman to ever tell me that. You ever think about that? How many you've ever heard a person tell you that you're not shit? Do you ever stop to think, like, wait a minute, what the fuck is shit? She can't be talking about that feces that drops out in the toilet. Because last time I looked in the mirror, no, I don't look like shit. And damn, hopefully that wouldn't be morally, uh, educationally precise for her to make such a statement. It's not like this. Almost will say something like, "You're not a plane. You're not an airplane. You're not a cup. You're not a Volkswagen." Yeah, I mean, you imagine that somebody get mad at you. You're not a damn train. You're not shit. Here's why. See, people, you're not shit. Because subconsciously, they remember when in ancient times you were shit. Because it was a god. It was a deity. Just like bitch. Okay? Understand and overstand. They took in that which was sacred to you, flipped it upside down, and made you scared. All you gotta do is look at the word sacred and scared and find out that this, with the changing of the way you see, this is some similarity in it. I can't make this up. Look at the word sacred and then change the way that you see and watch you be scared. I told you, they cast a spell on you when you took the test. And most of you probably got all A's. Damn. That's a shame. That's all right. There's time for you can redeem yourself. It's not nothing that they do is permanent. It's all temporarily. It's symbolic. That's why you got to keep taking it over and over again. Booster, another one. After that, come back, get your other one, get another. Because it wears off. Even the spell. That's why they got to keep doing shit like telling you the earth spinning. Neil deGrasse Tyson making $78 trillion a day off of telling us that 3 women are astronauts and they're going to take flight. It's getting cold in here, goddammit. Who's controlling the weather? Is that you, God? Who's controlling the temperature? It's the mystery God. I wonder how the mystery God feel about China creating this sun that's 10 times hotter than the sun that he put out there. It ain't funny. That shit ain't funny, y'all. Cause that's just now, you done just shattered my whole goddamn belief with that shit. I thought God was almighty. Lord everlasting. Couldn't nobody fuck with him. Now you tell me. Is China's sun 10 times hotter than the sun that's already out there? Well, how much is it? Is China's created sun hotter than the sun that's already out there? Oh shit, then they put yeah. The answer to the first one was no. It's not 10 times as hot. Okay, I might have been exaggerating. But when I asked if China's created sun is hotter than the sun that's already out there, it says yes, that's correct. Look it up for you fact checkers before you take the video down for false information. It's on Google. Okay? This is the source in which you give for all the people to utilize to make their navigational in all curriculums. Okay? So don't pick and choose in here out of, oh, that's not real, that's fake, that's not. Come on, man. You're doing the same thing you're doing with the Bible and the dictionary. You want to go in there and pick and choose which life story best suits you and say don't eat pork. But you want to go to the New Testament, disregard the Old Testament, and say, oh, Lord said, Jesus said it's all right. You can go ahead and eat a nigga ass if you want. Just do it in the name of the Lord. Man, get the crap out of y'all tripping. See, that's why I don't play with y'all. Y'all don't play right. You don't play the rules got to be the same, man. It says, yes, that's correct. China's official sun experiment called the Experimental Advanced Superconductor Takumaka East has reached temperatures, right? Significantly higher than the core of our sun. Oh my goodness. No, you didn't, China. Don't you know if you went and looked at the back of the sun that China made, there's going to be a tag on it. It's going to say, made by China. Oh. People, this is scary. No. Next we're going to get a moon. Now that questions, that yo, I like that idea, man. We should do a stream on this. We got to get Bidel, Sanchez, Red Pill, Blue Pill. We need some great thinkers on this one. Here, y'all. We need Bro Rich. Phil Valentine, look. If the China sun is hotter than the sun that's already out there, and China made that, We need to find out who made the first sun. Somebody check the tag on the back of that first sun. And I'm almost sure of my life, if you go up there and you pull that tag back and that shit say black man on it, God damn it. I'm just saying, this school, y'all, man, y'all better close these school doors. If I go up there and find out that that is not made by the mystery God, and that there's no mystery God that's creating hell, snow, earthquakes, rain, and shit, and that all this time, this shit was done by not only the Son of Man, but mankind, I'm gonna snap. I'm telling y'all now. So, in another 33 days, I'll be heading out behind the sun. So if it get dark outside for 3 hours, y'all gonna know that it was me on my shit, and it's just me up there tweaking with the bulb of the sun because it's too hot. You know I'm gonna have to turn that shit down and let it cool off for a minute, because I think the sun is what, 14,720 degrees. I mean, that's somewhere around about, right? Let's check it out. How hot is the sun? The temperature of the surface of the sun is about 10,000 Fahrenheit Celsius with a 5,600. And the temperature rises from the surface of the sun inward towards the very hot center of the sun, where it reaches about 27,000 Fahrenheit, right? Roughly around 15,000 Celsius. I was right. I said 14,720. Well, that's the mathematics of the Nation of Islam. That was quoted from them. So I've had the opportunity and the pleasure of studying the doctrine of the Nation of Islam, which was very profound for me. I definitely appreciate it. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad, still have his books still to the day, and his information, his insight is just as accurate and on time with time as it was then to the day. I'm one who will bear witness, regardless what anybody has said about Elijah Muhammad. I'm not talking about the whole entire of the Nation of Islam. Elijah Muhammad in and of himself. Yes. Okay. And anyone that's who have had any connection or interaction or studying or the pleasure of knowing, shaking hands, and even being impregnated, and who is a descendant of Elijah Muhammad, may peace and prosperity be upon you. And know that, yes, everything is everything. This here, black so-called man, okay? Yes, you are the true and living God. Let's not make no spooky mystery mistake about this. Ain't nobody ever come and prove this wrong, and you can't. So I can't even say yet. You know, some people say, well, it has not been debunked yet, because it was not going to be a yet. That's why I didn't say it. I know what I'm seeing. If I tell you yet, that means it's the time to come. Someone will eventually debunk what I'm giving you or what the messenger has given you. But because it's not going to happen, you might as well get on the bandwagon and become supreme. What you going to lose? Huh? Everything that the white man is giving you? But guess what? If it don't work out, you can always have it back. You go ahead back to thinking that somebody else is building your future, creating your circumstances and situations in life, and living havocly stressful with anxiety and pain and suffering. That's your choice. We're not Nobody's forcing you to obtain supreme bliss, harmony, tranquility, and love and joy. Nobody's forcing you to do this. I will recommend it will be best for you. All right? It states that when you are in the sweet spot of the generous present moment, your familiar past and your predictable future no longer exists. And now you are ready to create new possibilities in your life. It goes on to read that if I do it properly, overcoming my familiar thoughts and emotions of my known past and future, then energetically, neurologically, right? Biologically, chemically, harmonically, and genetically, your whole mitochondrial chemical makeup, right? That predictable future as well as the familiar past I used to affirm it no longer exists. If I am no longer firing and no longer wiring those same old neuron networks, by no longer thinking about those memories of the people or things at the certain times and places, and I keep returning to the present moment, I am calling energy back to me. See? All right? Now I'm in the sweet spot. That's when you're in the sweet spot. So you got that? We want to get in the sweet spot. The sweet spot is when there's nothing matters. For anybody who don't understand, overstand, and put it simply. Nothing matters. Nothing is important. Nothing is as important as you being still right now. I don't care if you got to get up and go to work. Be late. Fuck it. Do it for a minute. Deal with it when you get there. Watch how smooth it'll be. Why? Because you done took the time and came up out of this world and went home into your own world. Dr. Joe Dispenza asks us the question as to what would it mean to become supernatural? I find that to be a great question. What will it mean to become supernatural? So asks the question of Dr. Joe Dispenza. What if you could tune into the frequencies beyond your material world? This is what we aiming to do, y'all. This is what we're going to, for the next, let's see. All right, let's say, let me see. Okay, let's just say for the next 3 streams, we're not going to put a certain date or time on it. All right, I think that will be suffice. For the next 3 streams, let us come out of the Dr. Joe Dispenza's material, his ideology, right? Because listen, he goes on to say and asks us that your brain chemistry to assess transcendental levels of awareness, create new futures, and transform your every biological your every biology to enable profound healing. You mean I could change the biochemical of the makeup of my physical and become optimal in my wellness and living? Of course you can. Get you the book by Dr. Queen Afua titled Man Healed Ourself. This is a very profound read right here, y'all. You need to get you this material. You see? Because see, once you clean that inside up, it's going to best be able to let you to exempt your powers. The powers can't work through poison and filth, gunk and junk and acidity. It's not going to work. You need to be vibrant, at least for the chance. I'm not saying you quit. But if you want to bring about an intention, you need to do it through a purified state of existence, mind, body, and soul. After you accomplish it, do like the niggas do with it like a job. Motherfuckers smoke weed, but when they need that job, you better take. They don't smoke no weed, and what they do, they clean themselves out. Next thing you know, what they say, "Yo, Nate, I got the job. Congratulations." We'll do the same thing with your spiritual. You ain't got to stop eating pork chops, chitlins, and ham hocks. It's like, no, yes, you do. That shit. Because once you stop, man, that shit gonna have you throwing up. But let's take it down to a lesser degree. Doritos and maybe a hamburger from McDonald's. Okay? And maybe you might want to go get some tenders from Kentucky Fried Chicken every 90 days. Let's say you with somebody that's deaf, dumb, and blind. Y'all hanging out or working. And, you know, they don't want to do nothing but take in harmful substances, liquor, weed, crack, henny, unnatural sex acts, degradable language and talking, stupid music. I mean, like the whole situation is just really, 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 really like, they even having sex on a nasty, dirty mattress. Like, it's very degrading. It can be like that, okay? But you're not going to be able to, manifest no powers like that. That's that. Now, I'm not saying no, you can't. I mean, listen to others. But if you're just a beginner, and I don't want to give people. So let me start talking because I'm advanced, and I'm not talking just to advanced minds. I realize that I really mainly want to direct those who are unaware. All right. So when you starting off and you just be coming into your godhood, then no, y'all pretty much need to for about a good 13 years of coming up out of her until you get your degrees, your 33rd. And in fact, I'm gonna now make another rule. You gotta be over 33 degrees in order to talk about you want to incarnate back to Earth. Because see what happens then, here's what I'm noticing the pattern starts to take place. A lot of people, they be righteous, they come up into their goodness and greatness, and then they fall short. You fall back into, you get caught up again, you digress or relapse. Yeah. A lot of people relapse with drugs. Don't you know you can relapse spiritually and mentally? As below, so above. I'm the great teacher. I'm telling you this. One who's had relapsed spiritually. I'm telling you all what I know. Give me a break. Give me some time. I'm gonna help you out. I see everything. It takes forever to give you everything, though. So don't try to get it all in one day. I too hold the keys to the seven heavens and the seven hells. We got a hardware store in heaven. Jesus got the keys made for me. So I think we're gonna stop there because I've given you too much, and I want that to marinate all up in your brainium and cranium. And we're gonna come back with some more juicy hot fire. That sassy good talk. Okay? Because you're not gonna get it nowhere else like this. Bro, Panic ain't even around no more. I'm about the last of the Mohicans. I'm talking about the real Mohicans. Not that imitation fake Mohican niggas. Talking about they the Indians. No. The Wichita. The Wichita. The whip the L. That's right. So I leave you as I have met you, and that's in my great state. And I'm gonna hope that you do the same and become great yourself. All right? Monastery is dismissed. Be good to yourself and make sure you do that shit on purpose. For real. In regard as to what nobody else think. I want you to be unapologetically you in and out to the bone. You hear me? May peace be upon us.